Said he will cut your fingers next time he catches you stealing his honey. Like he would. Ludomir, I worry about you. Cute. Shut up. Bora does not joke around. He did do something to Miller's daughter after he called her stealing and she doesn't act the same anymore. You're talking about Jarmila? Yes. She's always been weird. She's just more weird now. It has nothing to do with Boda catching her stealing his stuff. Yes, it does. I met her yesterday and she seemed so distant. It wasn't like... Isbor, hide! What? Fresh air at last.
I don't recognize these trees. Well, at least I'm not in the void anymore.
Why am I even seeing you? I am you. How are you still not gone?
Address me properly if you wish to have a conversation with me.
It has never taken me so long to absorb a soul.
Then you have obviously never tried to possess one such as me.
This is agonizing. I'm ignoring you from now on.
Oh no! You got me into this mess by possessing my body, and you will not ignore me! Furthermore, it is I who will get rid of you, not the other way around. These trees are really bugging me. I've never seen trees such as these.
That's because these are the silver trees. They do not grow in the land of dragons.
Then, we are not in the land of dragons?
Not we. I am not in the land of dragons. Oh, I'm not in the land of dragons. Silver trees. Azavir. I'm in Azavir, the continent to the west. Oh, that's just perfect. Because I've been wanting to come back here. Other continent. You don't need to know. Is he talking to himself? It doesn't look like he's from here. I will not continue this discussion anymore. He's lost it. Let's bail before he sees us. Locals? What? Are you from here? Yes! Good. Where am I? Huh? I'm in Azavir, correct? Yes. Good, good. Am I near Mortem? No, Mortem is a few days away. You're near Ulm, mister. Ulm? I suppose that's good enough.
What are you going to do with them?
I am getting to that. Boys, I'm afraid I can't let you leave.
Please,
let us go,
we
please!
didn't do anything.
It pains me so very much. But no.
Ludomir, run!
Really? You're barely standing. I will not. Well, aren't you brave? What am I to do with such a foolish, foolish boy? I can't possess anyone right now. And I can't parade around looking like this. Not in Azavir. Too much attention. Of course. Again, I'm so terribly sorry for this. But I'm going to need a little something from you. Your heart. It's not really my style, but it will do.
Was that a forbidden magic?
Yes, it was.
What now?
I have a town to visit, but first, I need to summon your soul ally.
You monster! You Aether! My soul minion! What's your deal?
My deal? What a curious expression. I don't have a deal. I needed sustenance. She wasn't enough. I need more. I should have asked him where exactly Ul is. Now I have to figure that out. You're awfully quiet.
Why? Why are you doing this? All of this?
That's the question, isn't it? You won't be around much longer, so I suppose you'll never find out. You will spend your last conscious moments on wandering. But I advise against it. Reflect on your life, on the good and the bad times. Especially the bad times. Focus on them, let them consume you. I want your last thoughts before you disappear to be about how much of a failure you were, Val.
You...
I'm in your body. I'm in control of your brain. Your mind is like a doorway, and your entire life is like an open, forgotten book to me. Very short and boring. And I've read all of the pathetic chapters. I know everything about you. I would even say that I know more about you than you do. A child fooled by his mother into believing he was going to be someone he could never be. A man so full of himself that the only thing he's ever loved was his reflection. A dashing young hero who forsook his wife in order to chase the impossible and, in the end, doomed an entire city full of kind people who despised him.
Stop!
A washed-up vagabond who, when offered the chance of redemption, fled.
I said stop! Are you done?
Are you angry? Do you hate me?
You are insane! You are a demented psychopath!
Thank you. Now that we have this behind us, I need to figure out where Ul is. I haven't been there in a long while.
The doorway can be stepped through in both directions.
I love him. He's so very evil. I hear bees. This must be the village. It has changed since the last time I've been here, you know? It's more lovely. I've changed my mind. You can talk with me. I feel foolish talking to myself.
What are you going to do now?
What an excellent question. I'm going to feed.
Do you need something to eat, Han?
No, leave me. What am I doing?
I've wasted my entire life trying to find a way. I'm so old now. Maybe leaving was a bad choice. But I can't stop now. I've sacrificed too much. Although my legacy is set, I can't stop now. Am I right? No, you're not. But I don't want to die. I never want to die. One room, cheap.
Excuse me, mister.
Yes.
Can you spare some coin?
No, go away. You shouldn't be here. You are asking for trouble.
This one has released you from life on behalf of the children.
What? You?
Your wife sends her regards.
My wife? What? Why? No. No! I can't die! It can't end like this! Not yet! I can't die!
What? Thank you, Father. Six, 7, 8. Not 8, it could be a tavern. Let's say approximately 3 people live in each.
What are you counting?
Houses.
Why?
Isbor!
14.
Isbor!
He's calling you!
Hmm?
Isbor, that's the name of the person you are wearing.
Ah, thank the shapeless, you're right. What are you doing? I'm happy you got away safely. You did, didn't you? That guy didn't hurt you? If he did, who are you?
His name is Ludomir. Try to keep up, otherwise people will get suspicious.
Are you messing with me? Oh, of course I am, Ludomir. Why would you do that? You gave me quite a scare. I thought he struck you in the head and you had amnesia or something. Silly.
Val, quick, who am I to this person? How should I know? Find out on your own.
I've already told my father that someone attacked us in the woods. Of course, he wasn't happy that we were in the woods. You know, because of that one time a foreign visitor came. Anyway, Dad's gathering people to check the forest now.
They'll find the body.
No! Everything is alright now. The one who attacked us ran away. But he might come back, and he was asking about Morton. We should warn them.
Do something.
I've said everything is alright now. There is no need to worry. When he was running away, he tripped.
And the earth swallowed him whole.
And the...
I'm not saying that. And he fell into the stream and drowned.
How can you drown in a stream?
You can! But forget it, there wasn't a stream.
He tripped and... forgive me, what happened was so dreadful. It's making me nauseous just thinking about it. I need to collect myself. Oh, I'm sorry, Izzy.
Izzy?
It's fine. What I was trying to say, that man is of no danger to anyone anymore. Okay, Well, I'm just glad you are safe and sound. I'll go tell the good news. See you later. He touched me.
You're not made from sand, you won't crumble.
Isbor. He must have had a house somewhere around here, and I'm exhausted.
You tired? I thought
You thought what?
that you had lost your humanity a long time ago, of course.
What does it have to do with me being tired?
I have to think about it.
Why did I allow you to speak to me?
Expedition was a tremendous success, even after removing a piece of the mana core that was ejected during the original disturbance. The area around the fissure remains stable and is of no immediate threat to our world. The piece is being safely transported to the capital, where it will undergo a further study under the watchful eyes of the Magisterium. Truly, this is a great day for our nation. A new age for the shapeless empire has dawned. The piece of the mana core.
This could be it. The means of ascending.
I need to leave.
Father of mine, are you there? Father? Get dressed and come with me. Where are we going? It's a surprise.
Go with him. This ought to be interesting.
Ta-da! Can't go into water, Val. Especially not hot water. The disguise will wrinkle and fall apart.
Make excuses. Figure something out.
After today's events, you really need it. Thank you,
Ludomir.
but I really don't feel like it. Well, suit yourself. I'm jumping in. You can sit somewhere. Close your eyes. What is he doing? Did he figure me out?
No. He's undressing.
It's good to have some time to ourselves. What are you thinking about? And I should wear more red. The Manacor piece. Is it still in the capital? As far as I know, yes. Why do you ask? Ludomir, you will do anything for me, correct?
What are you doing?
Of course, Izzy. Besides, tomorrow's your birthday. How convenient. I want you to draw a circle around the village. Here. You are going to include these symbols outside of the circle, not inside, outside. Tell me when you're done. Why? It's a game. Alright, this is really weird. But it's your birthday soon. Tell you what, if it's a game, let's do this together. And make it a race. Whoever can draw a part of the circle faster wins. There's a rock with this blue moss on it on the far side of the village from here. Let's draw the circle from here to there. The first by the rock wins. I agree to your terms. Let's go. Hold up! I need to put on some clothes first. You know, I think Rar is very quick to judge Val on account of him having forsaken his wife and having doomed an entire village, because, well, Rar doesn't seem to be doing much better, and he says Val ended up a failure, but, well, Rar is doing all of these things for his one and only goal, and he has not really achieved it, at least not at this point in time. Though of course Rar probably said these things to Val with the main goal to cause him suffering, to hurt him. Not because he necessarily means it, though I think he does as well. Which is the key difference, I think, between the evil of Esper and the evil of Rare. Because Esper was cruel, yes, and arrogant, but he was never really sadistic. Rare really takes pleasure in the suffering of others and the suffering he can cause Val. Well, hello there, guy. I won. Congratulations. What took you so long? I was being delayed. By what? Woodland creatures. I thought they usually keep them themselves. What did you do? I had to sing to them and they left me alone. I see. Anyway, now that we are done, what's the purpose of it? We are not done. Find a bottle and place it in the middle of the village. Carve or draw the same symbols on the bottle as you did on the ground. Okay, this is getting really weird. I will not do it unless you explain yourself, mister. The purpose of it is to
Summon the rain?
The purpose of it is to summon the rain. So, is it magic? Yes? You know magic? Oh boy, I don't know if I can help you with this. We common folk can't do magic. If the people find out, you'll have to go to the... Enough! I can't do this anymore!
What are you doing?
I am reshaping his brain to do what I want him to. I am sick of this charade. You, go to the village, take a bottle, carve the symbols, and put it in the middle of the village. Now!
I know what this circle means.
Well, congratulations. Do you want a standing ovation?
It's Stanislav's last will.
Bravo. Outstanding.
Your disguise is coming off.
It doesn't matter anymore. I'll find a new one.
Why are you doing this ritual in this village?
You didn't figure it out? Shame, you were on a roll. Shapeless. Ooze in that direction. I know what that was. Beltiel? This happened once, a long time ago, before I was born. In Morton. What a coincidence! I've just been reading about this. Here, the study of forbidden magics. Lativa, Bo, C, RST. Ah, here! Stanislav's last will. Who would do such a thing? My father. What? This is very, very bad. Hold on, how can it be your father? Isn't he dead? He left. I don't know if he died. Even so, it has been a very long time since you or your father were alive. You don't understand. My father was obsessed with immortality. It is possible that he might have achieved it. Alright, let's assume your father is still alive. How can you be sure it was him who just cast the spell? I just know. Since that very moment, I sensed it. It's a peculiar kind of feeling. We need to go. We need to investigate. And most importantly, we need to make sure everyone is alright. I doubt that.
You doubt that? Really?
Certainly. Adelia University is quite an accomplishment, and I'm sure he will be proud. So yes, I doubt that he will be indifferent.
Oh, did I say indifferent? I meant to say he won't even care. He didn't even raise us. He was never around. He's always busy, either ruling Mortem or spending entire days locked in his study, doing shapeless knows what. I don't know why I even agreed to help you. What? You'll run Adelia all by yourself? Face the facts, Bold. Our father doesn't love us and our family is falling apart. You should have figured that out after we all learned how he treats our mother.
Oiva, you've been quiet this whole time. What do you think?
I just want a happy family.
Please just come with me. Father of mine?
I will have to leave you soon.
We have finished building the Adelia University.
I've done all I could to set you on this path.
A place where everyone who wishes to follow in your footsteps can learn how to coexist with the elemental spirits, to learn the craft of soul weaving, and to form bonds of friendship that will last lifetimes.
But before I go, I have one last piece of advice for you.
Dad.
What?
Did you hear anything I just said?
He's interrupting you.
Why are you interrupting me? I've just lost my train of thought. I can't focus when you're interrupting me.
He always does this.
You always do this.
Make him go away.
Go find something else to do and leave me alone.
I told you.
Now, listen carefully.
Kom, Oiva.
You had a soul ally. A soul ally. You had a soul ally, a red one, when you were alive. I mean, you are alive now, obviously. Well, when you were in your original body. Shoot.
What are you babbling about?
You had a soul ally!
Yes.
And he was an elemental spirit.
Your point being?
You didn't eat him. I thought you ate spirits as well.
I didn't eat that one. Secundus, he was with me from the very beginning. He guided me through life. Wait a minute. How did you know about him?
Oh, you know, I know things. Secret things.
No, you don't. I am inside of you. I know everything you know.
And I know everything you know.
When will you finally disappear?
Maybe I've already did and you're imagining me. So where are we going now that you have eaten an entire village full of innocent people?
To the capital of the Shapeless Empire.
Ooh, sounds grand.
What are you doing? If you are trying to annoy me even more, it's working.
I wouldn't dare.
Everyone is gone. Unforgivable. But the time for warning will be later. The spiritual residue is strong. I can definitely track it. Lead the way.
Whoa,
Woe indeed. Even in my times, the capital was this grand. I've been here only once in my lifetime, and I presume a lot has changed since then.
What exactly has changed?
The mana core piece. And on top of that, the city looks bigger.
Yes, you have mentioned this mana core piece. Why? Why do you want it so?
I'm baffled that you did not figure it out yet.
What, immortality? That's all?
Correct.
What, you think? This is such a waste! We're talking about the mana core piece here! Raw power in such close proximity! You can have more than just immortality!
I don't need more. I already have more. What I need is eternal life, free of pain and suffering. I want to live forever and observe as the world around me changes. I don't want to jump from body to body, always worrying when it runs out of juice and I have to jump again. I don't want to feel the withdrawal. I simply don't want to die. I despise the idea of my existence ending, of not being around anymore. You wouldn't understand.
No, I don't. You want to know why?
No, not really.
Because you don't really die. You live on as memories. As long as there are people who remember your name, who remember who you are immortalized as an idea. The idea of you. Take me, for instance. I may be a dead, lingering emanation of my consciousness. But there are people in this world who remember my name and all my great deeds. I'm going to live forever too.
Are you hearing yourself? You keep on living as an idea, a memory? No, you don't! You don't live as a memory! The you is dead, deep in the ground or in water, wherever. The memories are not you, they are not sentient, that is not immortality.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
Just stop talking.
So, how are you planning on getting inside? It's not like you can just barge in looking like that.
Looking like what?
You are crumbling! Your skin is coming off!
I may have a way. Let's see if I can jump again.
Don't you dare! Don't leave my body behind!
Are you unwell? No, I'm just a little winded, that's all. I haven't been soul blinking in a long time. I might need to wait a bit before I use it again. Alright, which way now? Give me a moment. About 80 feet in this direction, then it curves, left. I think it goes by a road. It looked heavily used, by merchants probably. Heavily used road, you say? We've passed the Vizsla River, they're heading towards the road. He's going to the capital! We are not going to catch him before he reaches it. He's your father. Do you think he'll be reckless enough to barge in and start eating people? I don't know him that well anymore. But he is not hot-blooded. He's patient. He might hide and wait. That would give us time to track him down. Our first priority should be informing the Magisterium about Rar. No, they sent the shapeless to roam the city in order to find him. And that would cause mass panic and could even create an opportunity for my father. We have to lay low. We are just assuming he's there to feast. He might have different plans. Such as ruling the entire shapeless empire, killing the Magisterium, seizing control over the mana core piece? It can't be the mana core piece. He wouldn't be that stupid. Multiple Magisters have to tap into it in order to use a fraction of its power. One man can't use it. He actually could harness the mana core. He is not just one man anymore. He's not just one man anymore. He is not just one man anymore! That's it, Baltiel. I have an idea. Let's go. I don't understand. Why can't you just tell me? That would be cheating. I've looked and waited for so many years already. I'm still not even close to finding out how to achieve immortality. And you've said you'd help me. You will find the answer in time. Believe me. I do believe you, Secundus. You see the future. I don't want to be old and grumpy when I gain eternal life. That would be so cumbersome. So, are you done with your little outburst? Can we continue? Can I just wait a little? It has been some time since I've played with my kids, maybe? No, you still have so much to learn. You've made the children only as your legacy, just as I've told you. You don't really need to raise them. You don't need to bother yourself with such distractions. Leave the children to their mother. That's what she's for, isn't she? Now, cut the tip of your thumb, repeat after me, and copy my hand movements. I forgot how ridiculous the Magisterium headgear looked like. I've never been a woman. This is more constraining than I thought. Nevertheless, now I have a way into the Citadel. And apparently this woman can do plasma magic. It would seem the close proximity to the mana core piece allows the Majestas to develop unique magics. Interesting. Also, I am alone. Oh, the silence. How I've missed you. Lost again. Who builds a huge city with no main road to the centermost building? It's like a labyrinth. How am I supposed to get into the same building?
Such a strapping young lady shouldn't wander the streets by herself. Would you like a guide?
Certainly, if you could point.
No.
Oh, if only you could see your expression right now.
How? I am no longer in your body. How can you still exist?
I have absolutely no idea. But I'm not complaining. Looks like you're stuck with me, buddy, whether you like it or not.
Is he coming to me somehow?
Rawr, I can hear your thoughts, remember? So, where were we? You wanted to get into the main building. Same, was it? Give me a minute. Straight, left, left, straight, right, left.
Why are you helping me all of a sudden?
Listen, I've realized that by annoying you I was getting nowhere, so I might as well put all that behind and focus on the positives. For the foreseeable future we will be together, so there's no point in fighting.
We lead the way then. This will be the fourth girl now. You keep saying she's not the one over and over. Because I will know which one it will be when I see her. Why do I even need a wife, Secundus? I'm perfectly fine on my own. Besides, isn't immortality a path one must travel alone? You don't need a wife. You need a woman who is able to give you children. You will not care for these children, but they will be important in the future. And besides, when you achieve immortality, you'll never be alone anymore. Huh? They're here. My lord, I'm so late. I'm horribly sorry. Be stern. Quite. Have you brought your daughter? Yes, certainly. Here she is. Her age is appropriate. She can bear children if necessary. Mousy blonde hair. I think this is... Ask about her name. What is her name, peasant? Marzana, my lord. Marzana. This is her. This is your wife. She will give you 3 children. You
your legacy.
What was that you wanted again? Livestock. Our cows died because of the plague that the war is spreading. My wife and I are barely holding on. We have 7 mouths to feed. Please, my lord, please help us. I'm taking her then. You will get 2 cows, 1 sheep, and because I'm feeling generous, 3 bags of grain. My lord, may the shapeless bless you. Oh, my lord, you are saving our lives. Oh, thank you. Yes, you can go now. Report to the burg on the morrow. Come now, Martina. We need to plan the wedding. This is the main road. We're almost there. Yes, we are on the right track. You went through here, but... The spiritual residue. It's somehow attracting monsters to the main road. This isn't good, Daniel. You have to take care of that first. Certainly. It's on the way anyway.
I have to say that I do really love the conversation between Val and Rar about mortality, because I think it really humanizes them, these 2 monsters who can be so cruel and arrogant. Because, well, we all can relate to the fear of death, or at least, maybe I should speak for myself, I can very much relate to the fear of not existing anymore. It's an interesting discussion Val and Rar have. I think they are both wrong and that the discussion is missing the point. But it is interesting to consider. Living on as memories is, of course, beautiful and something to be appreciated and recognized. However, it is a big stretch from calling it immortality. Because at some point, all the people who have known you ever are going to die as well. And even if you do something great that makes it to the history books, you don't really... You can barely call that surviving. Because do you think that Columbus is still alive? That he is immortalized because everyone knows the false fact that he discovered America? No, that's not who Columbus as an individual was. So he does not exist anymore. He is not immortalized. This semi-factual event concerning him is somewhat immortalized, but it isn't even immortalized because everyone who knows you is going to die. Everyone who is reading the history books is going to die. So some people say, which I agree with, that you die twice. Once with your physical death and a second time and last time when someone thinks about you for the last time. It is, God, really depressing to think about. We come here to have fun on this YouTube channel. But then again, Rar's version of immortality would certainly last longer, and he has a point that you're not sentient as an idea, and you know, a big part of what I enjoy about being alive is the fact that I can think, you know, which you can't really do if you are immortalized as an idea alone. That being said, though, I don't always like to think, because especially at those moments late at night, when I just can't stop thinking, I'd rather not. You know, in the moment of weakness, I might think that this crazy experiment nature has undertaken of the concept of meat being conscious, that experiment was a mistake. Which is not something I truly believe, of course, but you know, goes to show that thinking isn't always great. But being able to think, yes, may be a big part of what makes immortality or the idea of it so great. That being said, though, the version of immortality as Rar sees it is not really being immortal either, because, well, even if you sort of live forever, eventually the sun will swallow the earth, or the sun will be swallowed by a huge darkness dragon which will consume the earth. Anyway, the planet is going to be destroyed at some point, and even if you somewhat survive that, there is also going to be the inevitable heat death of the universe, and even if you survive the inevitable heat death of the universe, you might want to stop and consider if you really want to survive that and be the sole being left in existence. which kind of comes back to the to being alone with your own thoughts late at night, except you're alone with your own thoughts in the emptiness of nothingness, alone. Okay, once again, very depressing. But to turn to a more positive note, I do think that this whole idea of the meaning behind immortality, that is false. I think wanting to be immortal may in part come from a fear of death, but also from the false notion that anything that is meaningful must exist forever, or at least in some unimaginable length of time. First of all, there's no reason whatsoever to believe that things that have true meaning are those actions that have consequences that are measurable for an unimaginably long length of time afterwards. Why would that be the hallmark? I don't even think that is a logical assumption to make, because when I think about what I find meaningful, what is meaningful, those are the small moments. Like, what is meaningful is a kind of meaning that announces itself. That you might not even notice in the moment when you're experiencing it, but when you look back on it, you can say that was meaningful. It are those moments that justify the suffering, the conditions of your existence, that makes life literally worthwhile. So, for example, maybe it's different for you, but for me that would be like laughing with friends and petting a cat or dog in the street, or consoling a crying child or something like that. There are those moments that are truly meaningful, I think, that are purely good. And we can speak about goodness and morality and meaning and the dynamic between those concepts at length as well. But I just want to name these things to show that things as happiness and kindness and morality, and even though, especially those short moments of consoling someone, of happy moments shared between an animal and a human, or between friends, it is those moments that are way more meaningful than having written in a history book that you discovered America, supposedly. So the concept of meaning and eternity, and by extension immortality, are vastly different concepts that, as far as I can tell, have nothing to do with each other whatsoever. Also, a wise man once said that some people live more in 20 years than others do in 80. That it is not the time that matters, but the person. Or I suppose he meant to say how you use that time. And you might think, well, but if I had more time, I could do more things with it, right? But look at Raar, he is wasting his entire life trying to extend his life. He's doing nothing. It's a futile cycle. Which really goes to show the futility of it all, of what he's attempting to do. His own contradiction, his own paradox, which paradox is very fitting for the type of story we're telling, as you'll see. So that, to me, that takes the whole point of immortality away a bit. If something existing for eternity does not increase or decrease the meaning of something at all, then there is literally no point in pursuing it. Except, of course, for the fear of death, for just the irrational fear of death, because we all kind of know it's irrational, because we know that once we stop existing, we will not be around anymore, to lament that fact, to pity the fact that we are no longer conscious, because we literally don't exist anymore. So there is no logical, rational reason to be afraid of death. That does not mean that we aren't, or shouldn't. It just means that we shouldn't be. But there are lots of irrational fears. I'm very much afraid of spiders, and I know it's irrational, but I'm still not less afraid of them anyway. And well, you can look at death as something unfortunate to fear, but there's also the counter side of it, that, as a wise man once said, death gives us meaning, gives us size, that without death we would all be comedies in the end. Because if you have infinite time, then it does not really matter what you spend it on, because you'll be able to do everything eventually, it's going to be very hard and difficult to live in the moment. Which, as my argument was, in the moment is in fact where you experience meaning most of all. The fact that our time is limited, just that fact, so the existence of death, makes it so that we can truly appreciate the time that we have. That's fine. I mean, fear of death, that's fine, that's functional. It just is a stretch to let your life be ruled by fear and to waste it on on finding some way to be immortalized, whether that is as an idea or as a sentient being. Yeah, so both Val and Raar's answers fail to meet the criterion of actually being eternal, and fail to be associated with meaning. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that conversation, which I do think is a brilliant piece of writing that once again really humanizes these characters. Maybe this should have been an entire video by itself. But hey, now I've hidden this gem of insight within a stupid YouTube video about a long forgotten game. Huh? How about that? If you want to know more about those ideas, because what I've said in this segment about meaning and eternity, that's not my, those are not my ideas. It's not my idea. I've just copied it from a lecture from Jordan Peterson, which I will link to at the end of this video. So go watch that if you found the concepts interesting and want them to be explained in a more eloquent, passionate manner. Yeah.
Look at it.
Why is it doing that?
Two powerful forces fighting for dominance, even in a small piece ripped from the source.
So, what now? You just plan to gulp it down, with all the Magisterium watching?
Don't be silly, Val. I'll kill them all first. There were no guards on the bridge. Disturbing. He's definitely been here already. What's the plan now? Splitting up? This would be the case if we didn't know where he's heading, yes. But as we've discussed, you're pretty sure he's here for the mana core piece. Yes. Then we go to the same. I've broken a sweat. This body isn't that powerful after all. I would have thought plasma magic would at least be more efficient.
Well, that's what you get for abandoning my body.
I miss it already.
You're hurt, you know.
Am I?
Yes, you're missing an arm.
Oh, I got so caught up in the moment I didn't realize. Doesn't matter, I won't need this body any longer. I'm about to transcend mortality.
This one will not allow it.
I was afraid it wasn't going to be that simple.
What the heck is that?
This, Val, is the shapeless.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Stanislav. He lived in a small village called Mortem. He had a wife and a child. The child's name was Raar. Sadly, Raar was suffering from a terrible illness that was slowly killing him. Over the years, Stanislav tried multiple methods to cure his son, but everything failed. One day, Stanislav heard word that a strange merchant dressed in a cloak black as night had come to the village. The stranger asked by Stanislav if he could cure his little boy, sold him an old parchment. The scroll described a forbidden ritual liquefying one's life essence into a medicine. After years of fruitless attempts at saving Raar's life, Stanislav was desperate enough to perform the ritual. He sacrificed his wife,
However, the medicine made from her life essence was not strong enough to cure the boy. And thus Stanislav, driven by his insane devotion to saving his son, moved him to a safe place and drew a ritual circle, surrounding the entire village, and watched from afar as every villager was liquefied into the remedy. He then poured the medicine into his son's throat and killed himself in remorse. The boy lived. All of those villagers became the first elemental spirits, and Rar learned how to, for lack of a better word, use them. And now...
Mama? Papa?
Rar.
Pop?
Do not cry. It is your weakness, and you must never be weak.
Are you an angel?
My name is Secundus. Come, forget everything of what has just happened. You have a destiny. Shapeless?
Indeed.
Why is it called that? It clearly has a shape.
I don't really know. It was created by the Magisterium a long time ago, at the dawn of the very Empire. The Shapeless Empire. I suppose they were very bad at names.
But what is it? What does it do?
Now that I've possessed this Magisterium member, I can say that, in my personal opinion, it's a scapegoat. Its purpose was to, how should I say this, oversee. It was supposed to be a superior being that the populace worship, an artificial god emperor. In truth, it doesn't really lead anything, but it does select the members of the Magisterium. Once one member perishes, a replacement is selected instead. It is released once a year to roam the lands, to seek out the unlucky folk who cannot tap into any magic source, and eats them. A feast.
A harvest, more like.
It does not hold power over the Magisterium, but it is consulted with ideas that help shape the Empire. It isn't an emperor, but it is. The entire Empire belongs to it, but it doesn't. And so if the Magisterium makes a bad decision that reflects poorly on the Empire, the Shapeless is blamed. Although it is without a blame. The Shapeless is the puppet and the Magisterium pulls the strings.
You might have killed every member of the Magisterium, you know.
I suppose oops is in order.
From what I've just gathered, you might have just liberated the people.
As I've said, oops. Let's not dwell on this, shall we? I'm getting positively hungry.
How do you plan on killing this thing? How powerful is it exactly?
Well, right now I'm at a disadvantage, I'm afraid. I left my flesh weaving in my old body, which doesn't exist anymore. But I don't think it can fight, not really. It just swallows people. Ugh!
Oh, what?
This is simply marvelous!
I'll just wait until whatever you're doing passes, and then I'll ask you again.
It's the Shapeless. It swallows people. It eats them, and they appear here, in this chamber.
Listen, I'm not really following your train of thought, and this is saying something because I can hear your thoughts. Care to elaborate?
I can command it, Val. I am the last member of the Magisterium. I am the Magisterium.
So, does that mean we don't have to fight it?
Are you... what? Honestly, I need to get a doublé with the words "I'm a cretin" embroidered on the back. No, we don't have to fight it! I can command it to leave me alone, go roam the city, eat people, and they'll appear here, and I can then devour their souls.
That's a really strange custom, this harvest.
On the day of this so-called harvest, the Shapers would transport non-magical people here, so that the Magisterium could inject them with the raw mana and make them into walking nexuses. for the high-ranked members of this society so that they could tap into a raw source of mana while they are away from the capital. Of course, after a while, these walking living nexuses would be drained, so they always needed more. Huh. Now that I've said it out loud, it sounds very disturbing.
Oh yes, you are such an angel yourself.
Silence now. Shapeless. I am a member of the Magisterium, am I not?
Indeed.
Outstanding. You will listen to me, am I correct?
Indeed.
Fantastic. Go forth and lay waste. I, the Magisterium member whose name is Bolemaira, command you to venture into the streets of the capital and begin the harvest.
As you wish, Magister Bolemaira.
Well, that's convenient.
So, are you going to eat the piece now, or...?
Oh, I don't think there's any rush anymore. I can have a small aperitif before the main dish. Almost there. Can we talk about this? What do you mean? How are you planning to defeat my father? He's not just one man anymore. Yes, I said this some time ago, and you keep repeating it. Why does it matter? It's as you've brought it up. He isn't just one man anymore. He has consumed so many lives during his entire lifespan that he is no longer one being, and I'm planning to use that as a last resort. You don't mean clearly. But that's forbidden. You are planning on using a forbidden magic. Are you aware of what this particular spell will do to you? That's why I've said it's a last resort. If it comes to that, and it fails, it will not fail. Are you really willing to... Yes, Baltiel, whatever it takes. If he devours the Manticore piece and escapes, we could have another sun disappearing scenario and it will be on me. On us. If I can't defeat him by any conventional means, I am using this forbidden spell. What was that? I'll investigate. It's the Shapeless. It's roaming the city. Why was it unleashed? It doesn't matter. We need to choose. The Shapeless or my father. I think that's enough. I'm ready.
Will it hurt?
Well, it depends on how I want to assimilate it. I can try possessing it. I can leave this human shell and treat the piece as a vessel. But I'm not entirely sure if this would work. Or I could use this body and inject the entire piece into it. My soul might handle that, but not the body.
I say go for the latter.
Why? Because you're afraid you might disappear if I change bodies again?
You're so brassy. Is this the woman in you talking?
Silence. Now then, if I may. You may not! I must admit, that caught me by surprise. Who are you? Baltiel! Hold her! Him! Belt? Oh, no, you don't. I can't. Baltiel, huh? I think I know you. You think? You are not sure if you know your own son? How much of you is even left in there? Baltiel, my son. How could I forget? Anyway. This is unimaginable. I feel everything. I can see sounds. I can...
Daniel!
What are you doing, human? I'm here to stop you. I've just become a god. Why would you throw your life away like this? What is... Your father just went crazy, that's what! So many colors. Daniel. Okay. Now we're going to battle Ascended Rar, who has 95 resistance to all, so only 5% of our damage will get through to him. And he is almost twice the HP from us. And I suppose he'll do massive damage. We would we'll be wise to avoid as much damage as possible. So we got 14 damage and we missed half of that. Okay, avoiding appears to not work at all. If he has 95 resistance to everything, is he also resistant to stun? Yes, it would appear so that is included in the resistance. I can't say that this is going all too well for us. He's hitting us with every strike. Really, defending has no use whatsoever. I suppose we could stall this by drinking a mana potion, but I suppose we cannot defeat him by conventional means after all. You're good. Yes, his spell broke. I don't think we can do it. Yes, not like this. I have seen the throne of the gods, and it was empty. Ready? Dan, don't. I don't have anything left to live for. Ready? Daniel. Dan, it is done. We have won. Ah! What?
Sweet avatars, that was something else!
How can you still be alive? You should have no soul.
Stop screaming!
I am dying!
We can't have that. Aren't you glad I stuck around now? I think I've saved you. But now run.
I won't let you get away! Just die!
No.
We failed.
Rar.
You are back.
Go. Finish what you have started.
don't care. This is it. This is the end. He lied to me. Immortality. Oh no, I'm the end.
Stop wallowing. Let me think. I'm not gonna let you die in this dump. What is this place? Why did Secunda send you here?
To die.
Hush, someone's coming. Cover yourself. Cover yourself with that.
Oh, hello.
Can you jump bodies? Do it now.
Are you hurt?
No! Come back!
I'm too weak.
You'll go get someone. You need to run.
I can't.
Then crawl away. You need to find a place to hide, and I need to think.
I'm telling you, it was a demon, it was! Draped in a shawl as black as the night itself.
What will you do now?
I don't know. I don't care anymore. I'm tired. I'm so tired. All of this, all of what I've done was for naught. Secundus' advice, his guidance, all of my research, useless. What am I to do now? My entire life is wasted. This isn't fair. Life isn't fair! Tell me about it. I can't run this settlement. People turn to me yet I can't provide. I'm very certain my wife is cheating on me. On top of that, my only son is dying, and I can't do anything about it. I've tried, time after time, and there is no way I can help him. It seems you can't escape death after all, no matter how hard you try. Believe me, I've tried.
Are we in? Rar, save his son.
Why would I do that?
You are dying. There's no point in denying that. Can't you do one last thing I ask of you before we go? Oh, you owe me. I kept you alive when those two almost killed you.
You don't know if that was you. What? Speak up.
Of course it was me. So?
Hey, you. What is it? I can save your son. No, you can't. There's nothing you can offer that I didn't already try. Forbidden magic. What is that? Listen, do you want my help or not? Yes, I do. You need to.
No. Write it down for him.
Fetch me a sheet of paper and something to write. Here, take it. Thank you. Will this really help? Yes, your son will have a long life ahead of him. There. Are you happy?
We will see, Rar. We will see.
My sweet marzipan, everything is going to be alright now. Time for a lullaby. I will fix you. It's not long now. I can feel it. I'm fading. I'm dying. All I've ever wanted. Gone.
Rar, I'm not understanding one thing. All your life you've wanted to achieve immortality, and yet you are a weaver. When weavers die, they become elemental spirits. Immortal elemental spirits. Why?
I can't become an elemental spirit. I have devoured too many of them. I have used too many forbidden spells. My soul is too tainted. Besides, I wouldn't want to become an elemental spirit. I want to be immortal on my terms, in a physical body. I don't want to be dead and immortal. I want to be alive and immortal. You wouldn't understand.
Hold on. Does that mean I won't?
No, you won't. When I die, you die. We cease to exist together.
Or we keep on living together.
What? No! Not like this! He did not.
Oh, I think he did.
No, I need...
You are not going anywhere! Stay!
Stop it. Do you realize what is about to happen? Release me!
Oh, I know. Right. For someone as clever as you, didn't you realize where we are? When we are? Your little spirit friend knew what he was doing.
Let me go! I don't want to become an elemental spirit! But I do.
Za górami, za lasami żyła sobie rodzina. Syn i tata i mama biedna, bo zamiast córki miała syna. Kochał ojciec go, matka nie bardzo, nawzajem się nienawidzili. Syn kochał ich całym sercem swym, bo chciałby do siebie wrócili. Lecz srogi los, okrutna śmierć w udziale im przypadła. Tatę zjadł skrzat, róg syna zjadł, matulę dola zjadła. Lecz żeby ci nie było żal, dziecino ukochana, tata z cukru był, z piernika mama, a synek był z marcepana.
What? We are Val.
Mama. Papa.
Rar. Do not cry.
Crying is a weakness. The end.
And so the time loop is complete. Rar and Val were sent to the past by Secundus via the plane of elemental spirits, which is out of sync with Lore's timeline. In the past, Rar unknowingly gives his father Tennislev the means to save Tennislev's son, so to save child Rar himself, by giving Tennislev the means of liquefying the life essence of all the villagers into a remedy. As Tomek said in his ghost story, when people are killed this way, they become elemental spirits. Rar himself is among the villagers affected by the ritual, and so he himself, together with Val, who is bound to him, become an elemental spirit. The elemental spirit of duality, called Secundus. Secundus then guides child Rar through life, making sure he takes all the steps necessary to maintain the timeline. In other words, to ensure he will end up as Secundus. Throughout his life, Rar remarks he thinks Secundus must be able to see the future, and therefore trusts him when he promises Rar immortality. However, Secundus is merely remembering his own past and copying what he remembers then Secundus teaching him when he himself was young. This means that all information passed from Secundus to Rar is a bootstrap paradox. Google it. Presumably, Secundus also makes it so that Val stays bound to Rar when he eventually takes over his body. This is necessary since Val's presence is essential for Rar to survive Daniel's forbidden spell and to make Rar give his father in the past the means to save his child self and turn his future self into Secundus. I find the whole story extremely creepy because in the end Rar was the cause of all his own misery. He sets himself on his path toward immortality. He convinces himself to neglect his children and in his own words waste his life. And all he gets in return is a type of immortality he never really wanted, though it is what Val preferred. Because now, Rar and Val are both immortal as the elemental spirit Secundus. And it is as Secundus previously told Rar. When you achieve immortality, you'll never be alone anymore.